Packers draft bust number 3. Now, last night we talked about Jamal Reynolds, who defensive player just didn't do that all that much, barely did anything. But at the very least, the Packers drafted KGB, and he covered up what was an all-time draft bust for the Packers. Now we have another defensive player tonight. He was drafted in the 16 overall out of Tennessee. Now this guy had some potential, but coming out of Tennessee, he was injured. He had torn his bicep at Tennessee, so there were lots of injury concerns. But, Packers being the Packers, let's take a guy. Well, he could be a project. He could turn into something. Well, you all know him as Justin Harrell. Now, Justin Harrell didn't really play much for the Packers. His total career stats for the Packers include 28 sacks, no fumble recoveries, no interceptions, no touchdowns, no sacks. Just again, when players are drafted this high up, you expect them to do something at the very least. But again, his problem was he just couldn't stay healthy. 2008 started on the PUP, was eventually activated, and KGB was cut in order to make room for him to play. Of course, KGB was at the end of his career at this point, but Justin Harrell, maybe he could do something. Didn't really do much all that season. Then 2009 comes around. He ends up on this season-ending injury with a back injury. Then 2010, he ends up with a torn ACL. Now he does have a theoretical Super Bowl ring because that's when Packers won Super Bowl 45. But then 2011 came around. He wasn't on the team anymore, and just like that, he was gone. Again, another guy drafted top 20. I mean, you expect so much more out of a guy, but again, was it more? I don't think we ever really got to see his full potential because coming out of Tennessee, he had just won defensive MVP in the Cotton Bowl, so it's not like he didn't have any pedigree whatsoever. It's just that coming out, you expect him to be a whole lot more than what he was. But again, just couldn't stay healthy, and as a result, Packers could have drafted so many other players instead. But these are the picks you live with now. Of course, it didn't really matter because Packers still eventually won Super Bowl 45. But again, it's another one of those things that now really shines when you don't or draft well. You can cover up with some good picks here and there, but now the Packers just aren't doing it as well as they probably should. But again, Justin Harrell, another blemish on the Packers draft record. Let me know what you think. Others have a great day, and as always, God bless.